Hello, welcome back to Race Space, Monday night racing battle circuit. Joining me in the commentary is K9. How you doing, man?
How's it going? Yeah, good.
All good?
Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Looking forward to some racing. Good,
Yeah,
good
it's gonna be
full
good.
amount, full amount of people entering as well tonight.
Yeah, we're missing two that I know of. I'm just double checking. I don't think we're missing any others, but missing Callum. He let us know just a few minutes ago that he wasn't going to make it, and then Palm, obviously with the load shedding, but we're lucky to have Tiger and Rock. They also two South Africans. They're going to get load shedding same time as me after this event. So we're racing against the clock for load shedding to get that wrapped up before that happens.
I'm sure
Anyways,
we
it
can
looks good.
fit this in.
Let's go into our practice race here. If anyone's not in the lobby right now, they'll miss that race, but I think they're all in. All the thumbs up, we're good to go, I think. If anyone doesn't make it, they can still join the next race, but obviously from the back. I think also Philly, a new battle circuit driver. I don't think he's ever done a battle circuit race before. He's filling in for Callum, so he was a last minute substitute. Joff phoned him in.
Great job
Used
there.
his phone a friend. Yeah.
And I'm sure once he's had a taste of this tonight, he'll be joining.
Yeah, hopefully he'll be back for some more.
Yeah, definitely.
I was also kind of hoping we were going to see Black Wolf, who joined us in the Rally Fighters the other night, around for a couple more events. He was interested the other day, but I haven't been able to get in contact with him since that chat I had with him. So I'm hoping we'll see him start joining some of these things as well, because he was pretty quick. I think he'd be good in these.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, really quick in the supers. So,
Alright, so Philly there, he's on the front row, right at the front there. Does he get that because he's new?
yeah, puts him on pole, no pressure there. Just great place to be as well. Going into that first turn, carry a lot of speed around that bottom turn.
Yeah, we can see those small little Janettas at the back. They were quite cool to watch last time around.
It's weird how it selected them at the rear. Is that because of the two different classes?
I think it does do it for classes, yeah.
Okay.
I think I've noticed that. So it's a classing thing, it makes sense. Because I guess if you're racing like GT3s against GT4s or something, then you'd want the slower ones out the way. But yeah, I don't think the Janettas were that slow. To be honest, Tiger was doing very well in them pretty much all night last time round.
Definitely,
and
yeah.
The other guys, I think, were stepping it up as the night went on. I think we saw some good racing from Rock. And Senna, obviously, as well. He had a good night as well, I think. Pretty solid.
Yeah, it was good. Them Janessas were definitely, by the last race,
it's gonna be interesting to see if they are different on different tracks, I think, because their problem obviously is, I think they, like you'll see now, because this is the only race where they do it from a standing start, is they don't have as good a pull off the line. So they're a bit slow to get going, but once they get going, they're quick.
Definitely.
You can see them just gapped slightly. Philly, though, still in the front there.
See someone just getting out of shape slightly, but regains control. That was, is that Tom in that one? In the red
Full
one?
send there from Philly. And that's Whiston, just squeezes up inside there.
Tight corner.
Going for a look as well. Joff's also through. It's unlucky we're missing Palm tonight as well, because he was really quick last time around at Snetterton as well. So he's teammates with Whiston, who's currently leading at the front of this race.
think this circuit as well is you could hear them, just some of them on the limiter coming down the bank.
Yeah, down that straight is, I think, you limit out in these cars.
Yeah,
The Janettas might do better there, actually.
Carry more speed down the bank.
But you can see just these little turns, the twitchiness of the turns, just throwing the Janettas around a bit. I think Tiger's probably also struggling somewhere. He's quite far off there. Then I also see is the tighter corners, I think the Janettas struggle with more.
Yeah. No handbrake in them, so struggling just to flip it round.
You got to slow down a lot more before the turn. So sometimes it means that the lines of the two classes clash. So the guys just have to be a bit careful when they race and mindful of those around them.
Coming on to the last lap, last section, so Volpeak's looking for a move.
Yeah, this is going to determine their start order for race 1. Volpeak's there, just run wide onto the dirt. So it looks like it's going to be Whiston. Very close though from those three, and Kenny not far behind either. I didn't see where he started the race, probably at the back, knowing Kenny.
I think he was, mid to back of the pack there. But great job by Philly as well. Comes over in 6th, first time out.
Tiger there behind Wee Deadly. We saw Tiger taking the fight to a lot of the RX Light cars in the last rounds, hoping to see some good battles again tonight. He obviously won that class at Snetterton.
Let's see who else. 43s,
right.
44s, they're all...
Yeah, just remember in the proper races and things that you got to scroll down because of the amount of drivers, so that the stream can see.
Good call. Oh, we got one too many. Otherwise, I wouldn't have to scroll.
Yeah.
All this work I have to do tonight.
Yeah, for Motormouth.
So, Mullenbach got DQ'd in that one.
Maybe a jump start.
Didn't catch that myself, but.
Or he didn't start. Maybe he didn't ready up.
Yeah, we did. We were held there for quite some time, weren't we? On the lines.
Alright, so I think they should all be ready. I'd imagine they're all thumbs upping as soon as they get in. Always amazes me, no one ever thumbs up in this game. Yeah, you always got to remind them. Like, been playing this game now for years and years, and still nobody ever thumbs up unless you tell them.
There's a few appearing, but
yeah. Alright. I'm just waiting for their profile pictures to load, then I know that they most likely ready. There we go. Cool. Let's get this underway. I don't think we're missing anybody.
we up the laps. They haven't changed on my screen.
Oh yeah, the laps. Sorry. Good call. Good call.
Okay.
That's why there's two of us.
Just nudge each other, just to you know, scroll down on the screen, and yeah, just a slight change in weather there.
Yeah, it's just a light cloud. There's no. You might see a nice background sky with some cloud. Got to use the weather system in this game. Got to show it off. That's what it's there for. I wonder why it's waiting. I pressed ready. It should just go.
I was thinking that myself.
That means that somebody, I think it's Scott, probably disconnected. I think he's gone.
Yeah, Momo's disconnected.
Alright, so let's quickly just find out if it's bad or if it is a quick fix.
It's a good track, this circuit. It's fun. We've got a tight twisty section, which is always throws up a little bit of
okay, Motormouth is just rebooting, so let's just give him a minute or so. But yeah, I'm trying to think back. The two tracks I think that gave me the idea for this championship all those years ago was the two German tracks. It was Nurburgring, Mullenbach, and it was Oschersleben Sea Course, I think.
Alright.
Those ones, because of the tight corners and things, I just used to mess around with the lights on it, and I was like, this would be awesome to like fill it up, have 16 cars on at once.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's made some pretty good racing. It took a while, I think, to find the right people to do it, but I think when everybody that eventually joined up, it became a quick favourite. So
definitely is, isn't it? It gets a lot of talk in the chat.
Yeah.
I don't know whether there is anything you can do about it. It has just started crackling through the microphone from your side.
Okay, we just moving wires, seeing if that makes a difference. There's not much I can do. Shake my controller, hold it up above my head.
It is one of them things you're like, oh well, what am I supposed to do? It's plugged in. It's supposed to do its job.
Yeah. Well, it is old. That's what happens when you buy your own stuff and you're not super rich, then it breaks. we aren't sponsored. Nobody gives us stuff for free, so.
We have mentioned them in the past, haven't we? Different commercial brands and received nothing.
We're not going to mention Source brands ever again because they didn't get in touch with us.
No.
Although if they do want to sponsor us, sure, why not? But cool. I think I saw. Yeah, I think Motormouth's in. He's thumbs up. Let's do this.
Cool. I see just in the YouTube chat as well. Below Standard Gaming says he'll sponsor it. So
nice.
Got our first sponsor on board. So, well, have we got an account? Is it to your personal account? Is it, Kyle?
Yeah. Same place where the steward decision money goes.
Anybody watching this in the future, we are only just jesting at the moment. It's no money involved, all pure fun.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been going a long time. Trying to think back. I think it was 2015. Back when the first game came out.
Jeez, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, just a quick refresh. One formation lap for everyone to get into position, isn't it? So
yeah, so it's put Joff on the front. I think he was second or third.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have much swapping around to do.
Yeah, Volpeats is up there.
See, the Genettas are all at the back, so it does split it by class, I think. Then we've got Wiston is pretty far back there. He's going to have to come to the front.
I think everyone got the hang of this last time round pretty well, didn't they?
Yeah, I think there was just a bit of questioning over the sort of formation lap when they sort of come back to this start straight. They just wanted to know the sort of order, how to bunch correctly, so we just went over it in the chat, and we'll see if it worked, what we said.
Everybody gets a bit racy. bit eager, and it's hard to kind of like vision. I don't know what it's like on you. You kind of know where a car is next to you when you're side by side and stuff, but you can't always visually see them, can you?
Yeah, especially it depends on the view. I think everyone's views are different. I mean, I think you race cockpit cam, I race helmet cam. I mean, I still generally can see around me.
Yeah. So Weston warming up his tyres, very aggressive there on his warming up system.
Setting the pace there. Hope he's saving some tyres for later. Whole peaks there. Kenny Shep, I think he won Snetterton, didn't he?
He did, yeah. He worked his way through the pack all night, and epic, clean, patient drive, I think. So he'll be looking to do that again.
Which was the race where Gattapunk did so well last season, where he ran out of fuel? He almost won it.
I think on this track we had a little bit of controversy. I mean, I was letting Tom through and let Tom and Jeff through, so Jeff was always giving me a bit of abuse about that. So that but yeah, I think it was probably the next race, the next round. I think Tom ran out of fuel. Jeff did assist him.
I'm trying to think what track he was very quick with, but anyway, so Weston is leading into turn 1, followed by Joff. We got Volpeaks close behind. We know he's fast. Just someone twitching there. I think that's Philly coming together with Gattapunk, but they managed to save it. Alright, I like this turn a lot. Let's see here.
Nicely done through there.
Philly and Gattapunk still side by side. Epic racing from these two. Philly in his first ever event of this. He's doing well. Tiger's up through some of the RX lights. He's got Rock not 2 cars behind him. The Jeanetta's in on the action.
The Jeanetta and the RX light coming down that hill as well, virtually side by side. Didn't seem to have much in it.
Yeah, they're quite well paced. It's quite interesting to see their difference in lines and stuff. I guess the Jeanetta will be a lot lighter probably. Way smaller than I thought it was when you see it up close to one of these.
Kenny's worked his way into third, and
Volpeaks right there on the back of Weston. Kenny's looking for a way through here.
He's going side by side with Volpeaks.
Is he going to try up the inside here? Volpeaks going to try around the outside. And Joff also in on that action, so we got a 4-car battle up front here, and Gattapunk not too far off himself either. So
these 4 just tripping over themselves a little bit. Epic send there by Weston.
It just made Volpeaks have to brake quite hard there, which just had Kenny go into the back of him slightly, but nothing went wrong there, fortunately for those guys. Let's take a quick look. Ooh! Fully upside down, I think, just coming together there with Tiger. Didn't see fully what happened there, but that's unfortunate for him.
Missing a few body panels.
Yeah. Gattapunk there still. I think he's even closing that gap for that pack up front.
Weston still leading then. Epic job.
Pretty much any of these guys race, if one of them makes a mistake. There goes Volpeaks up the inside, but he's going to be on the outside here. He holds it. Volpeaks up into first. Great overtaking there.
Weston give it the big full send into that corner, and Volpeaks just kept it nice and tidy, and just had a better run out.
He gave it a lot of full sends so far tonight. I think that's where the guys are just getting him. Kenny also managed to get some ground on him on that last corner where he full sent it. Joff looking up the inside. So that's put Weston down into 4th from 1st. Unlucky for him. But Volpeaks now, bit of a gap now. He's managed to get some clean air up front. But I think now that Kenny's through, Kenny might just apply a bit of pressure too. I think Volpeaks, I don't think he's ever won one of these events yet, and he's one of the guys that you would think would have.
He's setting the pace at the moment. Kenny with a slightly faster lap, but not much in it at all. See them top three guys. All of them just taking
Wiston cleaned it up there. He took it less drifty around that corner. They're just coming up on one of the back markers there. But Volpeaks and Kenny are through. You can just see Joff looks like he'll be okay there too. So Wiston is dropping a little way back there now.
Under attack from Gutterpunk, I think.
Yeah.
Lap time is, it's pretty much on par with the other guys. Just obviously just adjusting his line coming into there, having a more smoother approach rather than the full send.
Let's take a quick look at Rock here. He is in front of a couple. There's Motormouth behind him.
Yeah, Motormouth having a look, I think.
Yeah. Nice to see Motormouth on track.
Does look quite hard to get that Ginetta through that tight turn, doesn't it? He was on
so,
pretty much full lock.
Anyways, let's take a look at these guys on their last lap. So Volpeaks still leading. He's got Kenny. Kenny hasn't really closed that gap down. I guess all the time's pretty even, like you said.
Yeah, Volpeaks dropping in a 42.8 there, quickest one of the session.
If he keeps up that pace, he could be looking at a win here in Nurburgring. Wiston finishes 4th, Gutterpunk 5th. We've got Tiger will be the first of the Ginettas. He'll finish in 6th, so that's a really good job there from a Ginetta.
Definitely is. And then Roy in 7th.
Yeah,
so that's...
Rock in 7th. Ooh, there's that Motormouth, just lost it on the last section. I think him and Wee Deadly, it's going to be a battle between them two. Wee Deadly also lost it there on that last section, so... Rock 7th, 8th for Motormouth, 9th for Wee Deadly. Philly will finish in 10th. He did well on the start. I think just that accident just hindered his performance a bit, but I think as the night goes on we might see him improve a bit more. It is his first race. Alrighty.
42.9 there for Jeff as well, so
The guys are quick.
Real quick lappers, yeah, dropping into the 42s, but generally low 43s for the top guys. That's a quick pace.
Definitely, and it's a lot of guys are on that pace, so I still I don't. Well, obviously Volpeaks, because he looked like he was going quick there at the end, but it's sort of anyone's race at this point. The final, anyone can still win it. Alright, the next race we go into is the same amount of laps as that. Just waiting for the profile pictures to all load here, and then I'll start. Alrighty.
Race number 2, I think they'll be looking in the first couple of laps, won't they?
Josh said he had wets on the rear. that explains it.
Yeah, it looked...
That's why he dropped back.
So he's done an epic job, really, to keep the pace with wet.
I wonder if he was worried about rain.
It's got a 50-50 approach. Just wets on the rear.
So then if he goes back to the tries, maybe we'll see him up the pace a bit.
I was going to say, he dropped in some 43, mid 43 lap times around then. So, great job. I got Kenny and Volpeaks, just got to switch them out. Oh, see
somebody's, that's Philly, I think. Is he going to start backwards like Palm did last season?
That was epic. First car we've ever seen in put on the grid the wrong way around.
I've never seen that. That was the first time in all these years since like 2015.
It's just
I still don't know how it happened.
He's given his head a good wobble, and now he's regrouped. So he might feel a bit dizzy for the first couple of laps, but. Some of the guys just making a few adjustments.
Yeah. If it was me on the grid, it wouldn't be me. Probably be someone who cares. So,
is it your tuning ability? Is there enough fuel? That'll do.
Yeah, pretty much fuel. If I'm feeling very engineering, I guess final drive.
Yeah.
Other than that, that's pretty much the limits of what I can do.
Good to go.
Yeah. Everyone talks about strengths of handbrakes, and I'm just like, the brake works. If I touch it, it goes. So. Tire pressures. Don't even get me started on those.
So it's good to get them in the right window, but
yeah. Alright, so just reorganizing here. Volpeaks will start this race up front. I'm sure he'll be happy about that.
When he looks behind him, though, he can he'll feel a bit of pressure coming from Kenny and even Joff. And
also doing lots of tyre warming here. I wonder if it helps at all, if it just makes them feel like pros.
It's something to do on a warm-up lap.
So we got the two Ginettas there ahead of a couple of these lights, and we just got Senna struggling there a bit. Like you said, I think it's a bit harder for those cars to get through that section.
Side by side.
Right. Bunching up now.
Oh, to see two of them just have a little.
Yeah, everyone just getting a bit confused maybe where they're supposed to be. I think because Volpeak's on the outside, I think that confused everybody, because I think we all said inside was the line for the first.
Volpeak's launched off there. Kenny just napping a little bit. Jeff was alongside him. Oh, Jeff just
runs wide.
I think he had a big moment, kind of mid-corner. It
yeah,
just snapped on him.
Though. He managed to save it.
He's at Whiston's coming back now, so he's got the right tyres on, so it's going to be good to see how he fares. Ooh, Kenny getting a slide on. Not very often you see Kenny sliding.
I did send a picture in the community the other day in the rallycross of Kenny throwing some smoke, so he definitely does do it, just maybe not as much as some people. That being us, that's why we're sitting here tonight. Otherwise no one would see on the track, it would just be smoke.
But Volpeak's pulling out a bit of a gap, I'd say. It's
yeah,
looking comfortable.
Joff looking comfortable again. Whiston there, still just unable to to catch them at the moment. We've got Tom there, sort of on the back of Winston. I think Motormouth, has he moved up a position? I think he's overtaken some Janettas.
Yeah, I think, well, Rock was up in, was he in 6th or 7th? Yeah.
We'll take a quick look where he is. He's fighting with Wee Deadly there.
On a centre for life in 9th. He's looking a little bit more. He's just getting dive bombed by.
Yeah, but he goes back up the inside. Good move there from him. That's what you got to do in these Janettas, I think.
Flashing his lights.
He's flashing his lights now.
Oh.
Ooh, Wee Deadly just a bit early there on that corner. So
and that's Tiger.
That's Tiger.
No.
Tiger. Oh, that's gonna hurt him in this race.
That's the trouble.
Look at the gap.
Yeah, he's pulling away with this one. Joff on the back of Kenny as well. So Kenny,
hopefully Tiger's got himself out of here. Yep.
Whiston reeling Joff a little bit, I'd say.
I think maybe the battle between Kenny and Joff, maybe just allowing him to edge towards them.
Definitely more comfortable with the same tyre all round on the car.
Yeah, I think he's definitely a bit quicker. But look at Volpeaks of those 42s. He's looking like the man to beat tonight.
The man's been putting in some practice around this track. He's he means business.
He also hasn't been having the best luck in the rally fighters.
Ooh.
So it'd be good for him to get some luck.
Lag or it still says he's in 4th. Yeah.
I don't think he lagged on my screen, but I can see he's lagged on your screen. I'll just change to a different driver. He's still behind.
Right, so yeah.
Well, actually, he's overtaken Gut. No, he was ahead of Gut. He's still behind Joff.
He's just hoping that them two just battle each other a little bit more and bring him right on the mix.
Let's take a quick look at Philly with all his parts on his car. So he's in 7th at the moment. Not bad. Looks like he might be able to challenge Motormouth in a bit.
What's that? Motormouth up in 6th, so he's having a decent run.
Having a good night. But Joff here, right all over the back of Kenny.
Showed his nose, but he didn't go for the move.
And all this while, Whiston just edging towards, and Volpeaks just making his gap bigger and bigger.
Checked out, hasn't he? Even Joff will be like...
Wherever you finish here is where you start the next race, so it would be beneficial for whoever can come second here, because it'll put them on the front row.
Oh, Whiston's gone for a move.
Oh, he's looking, he's looking. Oh.
Too much drift, just too much drift, and just scrubbed that little bit of speed off. But epic,
almost.
Epic
so
try.
Volpeaks first, second Kenny, Joff 3rd, Whiston 4th, Grattapunk in 5th. Motormouth 6th. Can he hold it? I think, did he lose it here last time, or was it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, he holds it through this time.
Good
He'll
result
take
there.
6th. let's take a quick look at Philly. He's got all the parts in his car still. He will finish 7th. Rock is in 8th. That is because I think of Tiger's accident earlier. So Rock takes 8th. We've got 9th is Senna. Tiger managed to not come last after his accident. He's in 10th now. And we deadly there. Looks like he's slow. He must have been lapped, because he finished before Tiger.
So 42.7 for Volpeak's there, so he's on fire tonight. It's his to lose.
Yeah.
Going into the last race.
To lose and to win. He's gonna have Kenny starting up alongside him in the next one, and the next one is the final. So it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a big battle. We just saw at the end of that one, Wiston, I think, starting to get into final mode there, seeing where he can find overtaking spots.
He's definitely trying that last lap, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I don't want to curse it or anything, but I'm going to mention it before the last race. But I thought we would have seen a little bit more action going on in the tight section in sector 3, I believe it is.
Yeah, that's usually a pretty good overtaking spot. You can handbrake up the inside of someone there if you're brave enough.
It can also go horribly wrong there, can't it?
Yeah, well, we saw with Tiger.
Yeah.
Didn't see what happened to him, but saw what can happen at the end. You can get wedged. It's hard sometimes to get out of there. But that's my favorite section on the track, I think. When you do it properly, when it all goes to plan, it's one of the best feelings. Alright, let's get the final underway. I think it's a 12-lap race, so I'll make it 13.
I think they'll all be relieved as well that the weather hasn't done anything too drastic. It's
yeah,
pretty consistent all the way through.
Feels like these races went pretty quick.
Definitely has.
Almost feel like we missed the middle race.
Hope the guys remember to just up their laps of fuel.
Yeah, obviously the laps increase for this one. So, Motor Mouse at the front there. They're just going to rearrange on the first lap though. So with all these new guys and stuff we've got in the community now, there's quite a big range of drivers across some of the series we're doing at the moment. Of all the new guys and obviously the old guys included, sort of our lineup we've got across the board these days, if you had to choose 4 people to do a drift event, who would you most like to see in a drift event out of the guys that we've got at our disposal?
Interesting one. I mean, I've seen a lot of the guys.
Who do you see drift a lot that you want to see more from?
No one. I just want to be in the car and drift myself. I don't want to watch anybody else drift. I want to do it, man. But no, mate. I think they're all they're all capable of doing it. I mean, like, you've got Joff and Whiston.
Volpeaks might be one of the guys. He sends it quite hard.
Yeah, he does.
Across
Yeah.
the board. Seen Whiston lately sending it, especially in the Fords the other day with the Scorch series. He even sends it in those, which was impressive. I don't know how he's holding it in those. And who else here sends it quite hard? Obviously you do. If you there was a drift event, I think you would be a good person to put in there.
Yeah, I think both of us, you know, we know that's our that's what we're known as, even in circuit racing, is the
and probably Palm. Actually, I've seen Palm send it quite hard recently, but he's not here tonight. But he'd probably be on there.
I think a lot of the guys would be up for a challenge of that. It's something that we'll have to address in the future, I reckon.
Yeah.
But right, Volpeaks is gone. Kenny just caught napping a bit.
Interesting why they start so far back. I'm not sure.
I think it's hard on this track, isn't it, where the start line is? But they'll get it up on their screens, won't they?
Yeah. But they start quite far behind Volpeaks. What I'm saying, Volpeaks gets a whole car length. Anyways.
So that's released Joff to try and stick with the pace or even make a move on Volpeaks.
Yeah, Whiston in 4th, 5th got the punk, so that hasn't changed much. Philly up into 6th.
Okay, so he's had a good first lap.
Yeah. Motormouth there in 7th. His car looks in good nick. So I think these rolling starts sort of helping into turn 1. Ooh, Senna just a bit wide there in the sand.
Obviously not having the 4-wheel drive to get him out of the gravel compared to the...
Yeah, it's harder in those cars for sure. But Volpeaks there, I think the way they do their formation, they sort of gave him a bit of an advantage, but he's definitely using it to the fullest.
He's just keeping...
Still in his 42s there.
42s.
But also Kenny and Whiston got a 42 last lap.
Yeah, so... See, I'm just using them curbs, which sometimes can really unsettle you, but you guys looking planted through there.
Yeah. Got the punk in on the action there too. It's not that far off.
So Jeff's just pulling away a bit from Kenny now, isn't he? And just
yeah,
seems
something
to be,
maybe in that section went wrong for Kenny, because Whiston looks like he really closed that gap and he goes up the inside. It's interesting. Maybe just in the wrong gear or something. Easy mistake to make. Just see the Janetta rejoining there. Ooh, it might get in the way through this section. Not intentionally, of course, it's just very tight.
Nowhere to go out the way there.
Yeah. So that just, I think, slowed a couple of the guys down a little. Not that it was anyone's fault, just the way it goes.
See Kenny having a look back up the inside. Just didn't carry enough momentum.
But now that's given Volpeaks and Joff a bit of a gap there, so a little bit of breathing room for the two of them. But Joff needs to just, if he wants to stand a chance of winning, he's got to pick up the pace a little. So it looks like the battle at the moment is for 3rd place.
Got a punk still not out of it. He's maintaining that distance just behind these two, waiting for a slight mistake from these pair.
Yeah, we'll just take a quick look at the leading Janetta. He's in 6th place. I think he's looking for a opportunity to overtake Motormouth there. It's pretty quick around that corner. Let's see how he goes through this section. This was the section that you said they look like they struggle a bit more.
Good on the brakes. Catches right up with Motormouth there.
Yeah,
Nicely done
pulling
for
up the hill. I think pulling up the hill they might struggle a bit more. Ooh,
Scott's
just,
having
oh, he saved it though.
Saved it.
But I think Tiger found his opportunity there. Let's just see what the difference is line-wise through this next turn. Janetta keeps it tight. There you go. I think he's got that position for now. Let's go back to the battle here of Kenny and Wiston, with Gatapunk not too far behind. Very close to these two guys. Well, 3 guys actually.
I don't know.
But Volpeaks is just on a tear tonight. He's unstoppable at the moment. No one's even been near him to give him a fight.
Might have had a bad day at work and he's come home with super pumped up and right, I'm having this tonight. This is why he's took it by the scruff of the neck, and he's dominated.
Maybe turning his luck around. Hopefully for him across all the championships. Like I said earlier, he's been just struggling a bit. Maybe what people would expect him to be in the rallycross as well. Because he's shown his pace there. He just I think when it comes to the semis and the finals, just hasn't had the luck.
Yeah, need a lot of luck in the rallycross tonight. How competitive it is. Everyone's on the pace.
Oof. So tight there when you're going for an overtake.
Kenny and Weston, though, it's a race-long battle, isn't it? They
yeah.
Well, Joff.
I think that Joff comes second in Snetterton.
I think he did.
He increases his second if he takes this one. He'll there we go. Looking for a move.
Is he going to keep it for this
He's
corner?
on the inside. Oof.
No, just
not the
couldn't make it
stick. That
stick.
section.
Epic racing though. Yeah, it's trying, but just backing out when.
Very difficult in these cars when their grip is so good and the stats are just like identical. So.
Yeah.
Very difficult to actually go for a move.
I think you have
Obviously, they don't slide as much as even like the supercars, so they it's not even like it's as easy to lose a bit of time in a corner. So it's hard for the driver behind to sort of make the move because you have to make the opportunity almost for yourself rather than bank on someone making the mistake almost.
You have to be millimetre perfect, don't you, to carry a perfect line in these, to carry the speed that these guys are all running at, really.
But this is the last lap, so if he wants to make a move, it's got to be here. Motormouth got back past Tiger. But this is the battle, unfortunately, for Volpeaks, who's still leading there. I think he might have this, so Volpeaks will finish in first.
Great job by him tonight.
Second place, Joff, also sort of uncontested there. We got third place will be
Whiston
with Kenny right behind him in 4th. We've got Gutterpunk 5th. Motormouth just did some damage there on the front.
Oh,
something wrong with his gear. They got stuck in a gear, I think, so that's
just
going to
lose
Tiger
position.
through.
No,
he's holding it.
Oh yeah,
no.
there's going to be a dash to the line.
Tiger takes it. Oh, cameraman, what are you doing? There you go. Oh, it's
side by side. Who takes that?
Who took it? Motormouth. Did Motormouth take that right at the end by like a ball hair?
Even though he's got no front bumper on, he must have just got his tip of his bonnet there.
The frame. Car frame over.
Some good racing there. But
yeah.
Congrats to Volpeaks and Joff and Whiston, top 3.
Yeah, we can see Whiston and Kenny also got in the 42s there, so they were on the pace, just obviously not as consistent as Volpeaks tonight. I think Volpeaks will be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, I'm sure he...
and then first for the Janettas tonight is Tiger, so he continues his Janetta win streak. Alright, are we all scrolled? I've saved my replay. Let's do this. That is it.
Yeah, some epic racing there. It's looking forward to round 3.
Yeah,
2 weeks'
let's
time.
quickly take a look where that is so we can tell everyone. We are going to Austria. Red Bull Ring is the next one on the list. For me, it's not really a favorite of mine as a driver. As a spectator, it's usually pretty interesting. How do you? Well, I know you like the main track. You won a couple of races there on the big one.
Yeah, I like the main track. Even the smaller track it's fun to drive, can be tricky. So it's going to throw some good racing up there, I reckon, because you got. I think the Janettas should really come quite strong there.
Yeah, with the Janetta, maybe they'd probably have to brake harder down the hill onto that like first turn, the right-hand downhill. That one they might struggle with. The rest, I reckon they'd be pretty good at. But we'll see.
We'll see.
I'm interested to see how it goes there, and it's cool to see the differences between the two classes and to see their strengths and weaknesses. This is the first season we're doing the mixed class, so we're sort of learning as we go.
Yep.
Seeing how it pans out, and yeah, thanks for watching, guys. You can catch us on Wednesday for Scorch. Scorch is going to be at we will be at Road America for Scorch. That's round 4 already, can you believe it?
Ripping through that. So that's weekly, isn't it? So yeah, right.
Yeah, so Road America for there. And then Monday night is obviously Rally Fighters again.
At Le Hec in France.
Yeah, looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Awesome. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you haven't liked the video, please do. Cheers.
Cheers, man. Catch you later.